what? So we don't have a starting soon screen today because my starting soon screen just ran all the way through. It's 4 lovely little ukulele songs without the go live button having been pushed. So there's that. Let me just check that my Discord announcement did go through. It did. All right, well, we're here. That's what really matters, right? I was kind of wondering why it was that fewer than usual people were here. That's why. So sorry. My excuse is my sleep schedule is all upside down due to stomach issues, and I woke up 30 minutes before stream start. And now my armrest is falling apart. Quick, let me repair that. I can do it. I can do the things. This goes here, and that goes there, and this goes in that tiny little, kind of, sort of. Done. So yeah, that's how today has been so far. And I have a very loud fan on. You can hear it. Let me fix that. Now you will not. All right, so Twitter can go away, and Discord can go away, and I can log in to Steam. That's a thing we do. Oh, that's how we log into Steam. Got it. How are you doing? How is everything? Constellatio has banned the fan. We like it. All right, I need some very thin socks. Just a little bit of socks. Hello? What happens? This goes over here. This goes, these are not the socks I want. I'm packing, by the way. Not, I mean, literally right now, but I'm packing for a trip. And that makes everything extra messy. Thin socks, where are you? You're there. This'll do. Hello? Korako, koradan konkara. I have a mystery that maybe you all can help me solve. And if I had not woken up only 30 minutes before start of stream packing heat. No, I'm not packing heat. If I had not woken up only 30 minutes before the start of stream, I might have been able to half solve the mystery, or at least do some mystery solving. But I got a package today. Does anybody know anything about me maybe getting a package? Because that part is mysterious enough. And so I'm trying to figure out if what happened was, if something wound up on auto subscribe that I had meant to be an individual thing, or whether someone sent me a thing, or because it was not a day when I was expecting to receive a package. So if anybody knows anything about it, you don't have to say it in chat if you don't want to, but you can DM me, because this time, no, I don't. Okay. Because I have been trying, as it was made apparent to me that I need to pay more attention to my to the editing of my wish list, as someone keeps bringing up that there's a certain something that is not on the wish list that I need to put on the wish list. I became aware that I have 2 wish lists because I have 2 Amazon accounts, and I did not realize that. I didn't even realize I had 2 Amazon accounts, but I have a personal one and one that's named for the stream. And so I assumed that you all would only have access to the one that's named on the stream. So that one was the one that I've been trying to edit and work on and everything and get up to date. And there's some things that were on there that it said, we don't know when this thing is going to be in stock again. And so I've been working on that. But this item that I've received, this package that I've received, even though I can't literally see what it is, it's a very unusual shape. And the name of the company is on the outside of the package, which means I have been able to figure out exactly what it is because it's a very unusual and specific shape and size. So that helps me solve the mystery. But I need to get back into my other wish list and see, was it on there? Do you all have access somehow to both of my wish lists? Did I post one in one place and one in another place or something weird like that? As you can tell, I'm not very organized about this yet, but I'm going to work on it. That might happen while I am on my trip, but I will need to figure out this particular package before I leave on Friday. So this is our last stream before my trip, and I have not yet decided whether or not I'm going to be taking my laptop. It has to do with weight. I'm trying not to check any bags. It has to do with, which bag I take and all of that kind of thing. Like, I've decided on the which small suitcase, that part's easy. The which other bag, that's as yet undecided. I can open it now. Not necessarily. See, the thing that I need to figure out is, you sent me a thing. All right. So here's the thing. This object that blah, 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 blah. Now feeling flustered because I thought that nobody knew about it or nobody wanted to talk about it on stream. So I said, it's okay to get in my DMs and we can talk about it. Do you want to talk about it now? Or shall we talk about it in DMs? Because since I'm unorganized and confused, it's somehow something that I ordered for my last trip. So I already own this item because I ordered it for my trip to. I thought that I shared that with you all, but I used it because I had a day where I had a play that I was in and then a musical that I was in. I had to be able to warm up backstage while the audience were in their seats. And so, and it's not that big of a backstage with that many doors to close. Constellazia, what I'm trying to explain is that I already own this item. And so I'm so grateful that you sent it to me, but I think there was a mistake about my wish list, and somehow maybe I'm sure that it's not on the wish list that I thought you all had, but since I've just figured out that I think I have two wish lists because I have two accounts, it might be on that other wish list that I haven't actually looked at in a long time, and that somehow I ordered it without realizing that it was on that other wish list and needed to be taken off, because I thought that wish list was a wish list that you all didn't have access to. It's called a belt box. It's for warming up your voice. And frankly, it's for warming up your voice without bothering other people. And frankly, I'm so grateful that you sent it to me, because here's the weirdest thing. I had forgotten that I have it. And so I haven't been feeling comfortable to warm up my voice because my parents are just right in the next room, and I'm like, that's going to sound annoying to them, so I don't do it. Or I try and go for a walk and do it, but even then I'm like, I don't want to be the weird person going around the neighborhood singing at the top of my lungs. So I hadn't found a solution for that, and I'd completely forgotten that I have that, because I bought it for the specific purpose of, not exclusive purpose of, but a specific purpose of dealing with this situation where I had two shows in one day. So I have messed up royally is the upshot of this whole thing. So I don't know what the process is for me to for me to create a return ticket for it. Is that something that we could collaborate on? And also, I have one thing that I don't know how to say it with my mouth, but I have to say with my, oh, don't feel discouraged. I did this wrong also. I'm so grateful that you thought of me, and it makes me feel so fabulous. You guys make me feel like a real streamer, which, I mean, that's special. That Constellacion's got it. The bot, however, is not awake yet, and I feel it in the water. Bonan vian matenon. Good morning. Oh, so I am so sorry that I messed up. This is me having messed up, and I apologize that I messed it up. It's a very, very sweet, and it's exactly what I need. I forgot that I had it already. I hope that that it's not too upsetting, and that hopefully we can get a laugh out of the situation rather than I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm disorganized, and I didn't even know how disorganized I was. So I need to figure out how to update that other wish list. As I know how to update the other wish list, I have to figure out how to know where are the places that I might have linked either wish list to. That story. Yeah. The gift of the Magi. I think that's called. I could be wrong. One of those short stories that we read in high school, right? Okay, guys. I left my drink over there. That'll do. But they were happy because they had those symbols of love for each other. They were both aware of what the physical object that the other person had that they valued. And yet both of them valued their relationship and that other person in their life more than they valued the physical object that they had. All right, so here we are in Just Chatting. But no, we're actually in RimWorld category. I should have started out in Just Chatting. We're going to launch the game. And again, my deepest apologies, Constellatio. I will be getting myself organized with that. But also, aren't you saving to go to NASC and stuff and all and things and that and it's none of my business what you decide to do with but savings? Yeah, that. All right, we're going to the gaming screen. I'm over here. RimWorld's there, and we're loading our colony. Tribe of the Bramble. Oh no, not a life lesson. I hope it's not as serious as all that. Help. Keep the box. Don't open the item. Constellatio can start a return process online, and they should be able to send you a return sticker so you can send it back. And I'm going to be out of town for a week, but I'm hoping that if it does require a return sticker, well, that's something that I can take care of as soon as I get home. And if it doesn't require a return sticker, but just a porch pickup, then maybe that could happen tomorrow or the next day before I leave. I'm leaving early afternoon on Friday. We'll figure it out. Okay. So here we are in the Pluva Arbaro, the rainforest, and we have many, 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 many animals in our colony. I would say too many animals. We may need to address our policies. Yeah. I'm thinking we might need to address our policies on these animals. But we'll do that. We'll do that soon. We'll have a quick look around. What is this about electricity? Yes, that was the last thing that happened. We have finished researching electricity, which is amazing. Your colony has harnessed the power which outsiders call electricity. We are a Neolithic colony. We just happen to have two incredible doctors, one of which is an astute researcher. So we have discovered electricity. It has the potential to transform every aspect of your people's way of life. You have now unlocked the power tab in the architect menu, from which you may build electric generators, power conduits, and other mechanisms to control this new force. The power tab also displays the electric grid, which connects electric generators and appliances. So it will actually be a little bit of time before we can get all of that built, but the next thing we are going to research is these advanced lights and then the battery. We're doing these in order. So we're going to actually eventually have air conditioning. What? La pingvino saluton. We are building our colony here. It was very unfortunate that we wound up discovering this warren of tunnels. So we're going to be digging into the mountain here and here. And we'll be able to put in some electricity eventually. The planning and the building part, not my strong suit in this game. So, our quests, something that we should look at. Nothing going on. All right, so there's nothing we're hurrying up on in that. I'm going to press play. We have a lot of animals that need daily care. We're talking about boomalopes that need milking. We're talking about a lot of animals that need training right now. The training for our animals is not what it could be. We have elephants who could be trained. You can print one yourself. I said the first option because my printer's been inkless for so long, I don't even consider I have one. I can print one myself. Well, that is perfect. All right, we have, again, animals that require training, monkeys and elephants. We have animals that require milking, boomalopes. And as you can see, we've been milking them, but that takes up a lot of time. It's very labor intensive. And we currently do not have any prisoners. Is that correct? I'm looking at the beds. There's one prisoner bed, but... oh, yes, we do. Carlos is not in his bed at the moment. Is that because he's not tired or not injured? It's because he's not tired. That's fine. And the prisoner room, he's not going to get really lonely because this is our... we have an artist's bench, a stonecutter's table, and the butcher table right here in the prisoner's room. That means the prisoner's room is really dirty all the time. That's really unfortunate. But at least he's not going to be lonely, and he's going to get to know a lot of these people in our colony. Now, these appear to be very negative relationships right now. That's mostly due to the fact that he's being held prisoner. And while he's being held prisoner, he holds that against us. As soon as he's released, he gets a plus 25. So everybody but Verda Acrido is going to have a positive number relationship. Verda Acrido will sit at 0. Question is, who's doing the wardening. Verda Acrito is the one who cannot do any wardening. So we have this set up for him to have the best possible experience in acclimating to our colony and getting to know everyone. So we have tiny little chinchillas and medium-sized capybaras, and we have alpacas. These rhinoceroses, they just wandered in. They don't they're not one of us. Their uniqueness has not been added to our own. All right, I think I need to make a new decision about some of the work that we're doing, because right now we've got a lot of unnecessary mining ordered, and all that's going to do is increase the amount of wealth on the map and increase us getting attacked. So since we have plenty of steel to build with, I think I'm just going to go ahead and say don't keep going at that, because there are plenty of other things to do. We don't need to keep mining the steel indefinitely until we've mined all of the steel on the map. There we go. Wow, I completely missed those tunnels. These tunnels, let me try and zoom out. Okay. I have to try and fix my mouse again by blowing in the mouse wheel. It makes a strange sound. Please don't be dismayed. Hopefully that will work a bit better. So we have tunnels here, tunnels there, lots of tunnels everywhere. It's a mountainous region. And we've only got one level, unlike Dwarf Fortress that has all the layers and levels going up and down. But yeah, if we stop ordering all of that mining to be done, then there's a good chance we might actually get some more of this, some more of these tunnels and rooms built. This is going to be a large room. We have small rooms here for bedrooms. Is this area here big enough for a small bedroom? 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not. That's too cramped. They're gonna be unhappy. We cannot make a bedroom out of that. That's unfortunate. We could, however, make this bedroom into a larger sized room, either for other purposes or for an amazing bedroom. If we eventually have someone who's greedy, do we have anyone who's come in more recently that wouldn't be any of our original colonists? Because I don't think it's a natural trait of Neolithic people. I could be wrong about that. If any of you are more familiar with the co-instance of greedy for impressive bedroom trait and Neolithic faction, let me know. There's something about the lights today. It could possibly be because my sleep is upside down. It could possibly be because I've just had a cup of coffee. I don't know, but the lights are really bothering me today, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it. It's feeling like it's reducing my capacity to stream significantly. I think what I need to do, let's try this. If I close this, yeah, that was part of the problem. So this game, when it comes on towards night, is not very bright in the screen. And so the screen was, the game got darker, but the window behind that screen was still very bright. And that was what was happening. For me, water, it's a lot to do. I can put on the cozy lights behind me. Hang on. Squirrel. Help. What is happening? A psychic drone. No. Every female colonist feels a wave of anxiety and anger. Some distant engine of hatred is stirring. It is projecting a psychic drone onto this site through an orbital amplifier, tuned to only affect females. For a few days, some people's mood will be quite a bit worse. That's very sad. I'm trying to fix my falling apart armrest protector thing, and it's not cooperating very well. All I need is to put some new rubber bands on this thing, because eventually they get tired and they break. There we go. That'll work for today. Good. Okay. Vampire. Well, my relatives, some of my relatives are from Romania, which was the part of Romania that was Transylvania. Romania is no longer Transylvania, but hey, anyway, either vampires or vampire hunters, one or the other. So, yeah, my sleep is upside down because I am having some stomach problems, and that makes it very hard to go to sleep. But also, last night I had thought I was going to be ready to go to sleep, but then I had some rolling panic attacks, which kind of prevented the wanting to go to sleep thing. And I took a cold shower, which helped. We have a rooster. And a few chickens. So we have a chicken egg. Yeah. So yeah, switching between sleeping a lot and sleeping a little, and sleeping at the wrong time, sleeping way later than would be ideal. I definitely feel better when I wake up earlier, when I go to sleep earlier, but at the same time, I do want to get enough sleep. So on those days when I don't manage to go to sleep at a reasonable hour, I do wind up sleeping later. And today, my alarm failed to go off. So and it happens on occasion, and I'm starting to suspect that I'm turning it off when I'm like, I partially wake up throughout some point through the night and turn it off without realizing that I'm doing that, because I can do that by voice. That's not a good situation. All right, we have 3 chicken egg boxes, and 2 of them have a chicken egg in it. This rat is not one of ours, is it? We don't have any pet rats. All right, we have lots of pet animals and lots of farm animals and horses. Do we have horses? This is our horse. Yes. But we don't have pet rats. I feel like more and more I'm a ball of anxiousness. Yeah, and I think having our sleep schedules upside down is for me anyway, is not helping that. Lunch break is over. See you all later. Korako korantan kon pro the chickening. So speaking of the chickening, let's go right ahead and make sure that doesn't happen. So we're starting. It's not, the problem is not that we don't have enough room for the animals that we do have. Let's look here. We definitely have an enormous pen, but we need to be able to keep up with and provide a good, reasonably healthy life for the animals that we do have. And the alpacas need shearing. So I think it's needs to start with the alpacas. That we make some better decisions here. Perhaps we should only have 2 adult females, or maybe we should only have 1 adult male. I'm really not entirely sure what our best policy on this will be. Let's start with this. Go to 2 adult females with this. We'll say 2 adult females with the capybaras. Chinchillas, yeah, could be the same. Let's do that. Boomalopes, why have I got this set to 0 adult females? Is that because I have only male boomalopes? It's true. I have only male boomalopes. Having it set to 0 is a little dangerous, because if I were to have tried to tame a female boomalope, okay, good, I haven't. We have, given that we have not got a gas powered generator yet, we have plenty of boomalopes. So I think that'll be a good start. I'm not quite sure how long this drone is going to go on. It says dangerously low on food. That's ridiculous, because we have plenty of animals that are ready to be made into meals. In fact, they are not being made into meals quickly enough. What is up with that? Isla Lutra is doing both the butchering and the cooking. That's a problem. So Isla Lutra is got 12. So anyone with above 8 in cooking will not be very likely to give us food poisoning. So let's do this. Isla Lutra is the one that should do this. We'll just say anyone with an 8 or above should do that cooking, and anyone with an 8 or above should do this cooking. However, it would be good to have more than one person who can cook. All right, Gulo, as much as they have to be busy building things, I think we're also going to make cooking a priority for Gulo, and we're going to ask that all of the butchering be done with someone with an under 8 skill, 0 to 7. So Gulo has a 5, and we're popping that priority up. Nobody but Isla Lutra is really interested in cooking, but she's very interested in cooking. Now, she can do the cooking and be very happy while she's doing it, but also I think that applies to making beer, if I'm not mistaken. So that's good. Let's have a look at our different colonists. As I mentioned, feel free to apply for putting your name on one of these colonists. If you would like to join us here, Water says, I've done the afternoon sleeps for much too long, and suddenly Wednesday colony is a different Wednesday colony. I see. Yeah, we have more folks here, plus Carlos, who is going to be joining us how soon? Not terribly soon. But yeah, he's gradually being brought around to the idea of joining our colony. We don't have enough bedrooms or beds yet. It's gotten to the point where we have somebody sleeping in, who is it? Jordan is sleeping in. This is our Wednesday colony, isn't it? Water? You're suddenly making me wonder. Is this our Friday colony? I'm wondering because I have two colonists with Esperanto names. Shoot, we may just have had a little taste of our Friday colony in our Wednesday colony. This is freaking me out, guys. Water, you really meant that. It's really a different colony. To the twilight zone. Let's check this out. We're going back to the menu, and let's look at the tribe of the Delta. I'm really confused right now, you guys. This is a first. Water, does this look more like Wednesday to you? Did we just played our Friday colony for 40 minutes? Well, 30 minutes. We just had a half an hour with our Friday colony. I don't have any way of labeling these. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Water, thank you for saying what you did. That's more like Wednesday. You guys, you have no idea how much I count on you to be my adjunct brain when I'm streaming. Thank you for saying that. As yeah, we also have beer in progress here, and someone is living here. No, wait, nobody's living there right now. We have new bedrooms. We have some puppies. What else have we got going on? We also have a large-ish area for animals, but not nearly as large as in our Neolithic faction. What is the research level? No, this is also Neolithic. Okay, so we're doing this. We're not all the way up to electricity yet, but we're doing this in order because of a suggestion of Irizano that we can use. If we always choose the lowest number available, we're going to use the things that we research as practice to help us get better at researching. And because we're Neolithic, we're always going to be at a 67% disadvantage. It's not quite the right way to put that. But anyway, we're slower. We're a lot slower. We research at 67% speed compared to average. And that's okay. And so we're making the best of it by doing these things in order. So after smithing is going to come long blades and then plate armor, and after that drug production, and after that kite refining, and then we go back to carpet. Nope. Then we do penocycline production, and then after that we go back to carpet making. So that's what I mean when I say in number order, like whatever is unlocked, we pick the lowest, the smallest number that's available. Lean on me when I'm not asleep. Water's our friend. Yeah, if I were any more capable as a person, your experience with my stream might be entirely different. Yikes. But that's okay. So, I'm so glad that water noticed that problem and stopped us before we got into the naming of the colonists. So, there are two colonists available for adoption. They are Mole and Stug. And let's see. Stug is a jogger, which means he just goes everywhere really fast. His baseline moving speed is he goes fast. He goes everywhere fast. And so he is, given that he has some skill with animals and a lot more skill with shooting, he's our main hunter, which means he gets across the map, gets to the animal and brings back the animal very quickly, if he decides to bring back the animal, that is. And if he doesn't, never mind, all of our dogs are Yorkshire Terriers. I take that back. If he doesn't, well, somebody else can go get it later. But he does a lot of hauling of things to the places where they need to be because he's fast. And Stug. So he does mostly hunting and hauling. Those are his two main activities. Anything else about Stug? Amazing social skills. So he's going to be incredible on a caravan. Not that he'll get the caravan there any faster. He's dependent also on the speed of the animals that are with and the speed of the other colonists that are with him. But that is Stug. Oh, also gets a bonus, social bonus here because of the childhood as a coma child. So he was in a coma from a childhood accident into his late teens. So he kind of missed out on his childhood, and when people hear about that, they like feel bad for him and like him better. So that's part of why he's so amazing in the social skills department. I don't find that to be particularly realistic because he missed out on the all of the childhood parts of developing those social skills. But on the other hand, the way they calculate the points, he's got a +4 bonus just because people are like, wow, what a story. And their reaction to him, whatever those social skills innate in him are, their reaction to him is at a 4-point bonus. So that's kind of cool. Less skill with construction and mining, but that's fine. We have specialists here, and that's very cool. I like that people get to do what they're really interested in, even though there's only 6 of us so far. So if you feel like you relate to Mole the sheriff at all, that is, Stug the sheriff at all, you can give him your name subs first, but I love your streams, even if my recurring absences and sloppiness had some level of sus to that statement. There's nothing sus about that statement. We all have, other stuff going on besides Twitch. And if that's sleeping, that's fine. If that's whatever that is, that's fine. All right, so our other is Mole. By the way, Water also and Korako were in this colony. They are now still here in these 2 steel sarcophaguses. It's a very sad story. But it is possible for them to be resurrected should they choose to at some point. That's also something that we can do. We can rename another colonist for them. Mole, age 32, is not a researcher, has no experience in social, medical, or artistic things, but is amazing at construction, mining, and shooting, and loves them so much. Professional level or above, strong expert in construction, which means our construction gets done so fast thanks to Mole. Now, you might be a little put off by this description, psychopathy here. It's a very strong word in real life, but in the context of this game, all it means is that empathy does not cause Mole problems. Empathy is something that, in a situation where other people are going through very difficult, adverse life situations, can bring people down and make them incapable of carrying out their everyday tasks when bad things happen to people around them in this game. But that's not going to happen to Mole. Mole is going to be able to just continue soldiering on, even if bad things happen to the people around him. So, for example, if another colonist were to die, Mole would not be less able to finish the construction project that he's working on. And Water is looking forward to becoming a zombie and eating everybody's brains. There might be a zombie mod for this game. I don't know for a fact that that's true. I've got Project Zomboid on the brain. I have been thinking about Project Zomboid and Dwarf Fortress, and looking at some YouTube videos about it, watching a stream about them occasionally. And I actually one night had a Project Zomboid dream where I was dreaming the game. And that's like, whoa. I don't actually own this game yet. But it was because of having watched a YouTube video about Project Zomboid. So some people are making like story videos where they tell the story of someone's life with a voiceover while they're showing footage of that particular run of Project Zomboid. And sometimes it's a very short one, like that person survives just a few days, but it's still enough to make a story out of. And I find that content pretty creative and interesting. Alrighty. I don't know what it is about ridiculously difficult games that attracts me. I don't understand that, because I'm not a good gamer. I'm just not. I'm a very bad gamer, but I enjoy gaming. That doesn't mean that I don't like more simple, straightforward games. I guess when it comes to what you would call super casual gaming, like casual mobile games, it's not that I don't like any mobile games, but the mobile games in that kind of casual category, the match threes and all of that. I had a time where I played Bejeweled. I had a time when I played Snood, but those were like PC or Mac games at that time. I think I played Snood on the Mac. Yeah. Anybody here played Snood? Do you know what I'm even talking about? So yeah, those are our two colonists that are available for adoption, Mole and Stug, and they've been up for adoption for quite a while. So don't feel shy if you're interested. All right, Mole is going to deconstruct a chunk of a ship that landed in our hops field. I'm so glad that Mole has decided to do this, because we can't grow any more hops in this lovely field with the picnic bench next to it until... we can grow hops, but we can't grow hops in this spot right here. And Constellazio's ready to work on this field and do some harvesting and then some planting. And so Mole's making it ready. Over here we have some psychoid plant, and I don't understand why it is, you guys. I'm doing something that I don't know is necessary here. I guess I'm throwing this open to to discussion. I'm saying on this particular topic, I'm pulling down the bar on the ban on spoilering and saying, let's actually discuss the game mechanics of how this works here. We have this information here, this fertility overlay. You can see that there are different colors. There's light green, which is kind of your average normal fertility. There's dark green, which is extra fertile. There's orange, which is less fertile, and anything that doesn't have a color, you just can't even plant anything there at all. So, one thing that I know is that rice is supposed to need this extra fertile area, and that I think, I don't know for facts, but I think that you can plant potatoes where it's orange. However, I've been choosing to mostly plant things where it's green. Now, this is rice. That should be planted where it's dark green. This is rice, should be planted where it's dark green. But this is heel root. Does it grow faster where it's dark green? Or does it actually not matter? Here's a little bit of rice. Here's some strawberries. Do the strawberries need to be planted where it's dark green? Or could I plant them somewhere else? Maybe I don't need to because we're going to be going past that area anyway, so it's convenient enough. So mostly I have rice planted where it's dark green. This field, whoops, this field over here is nothing. Well, what is it right now? It's potatoes. Let's make it corn. Corn takes the longest time to grow, but gives the most result. So as long as it doesn't like get struck by lightning and burnt up, it's a good investment when you're not super new and like really need food real quick. How are we doing on food? We don't have a lot of food put away, but we have plenty of fields for rice. No, this says corn now. Oh no, I messed everything up. I had everything highlighted. That's not good. Now what was this? This was heel root. I've messed everything up. These are strawberries. This was probably strawberries. My gosh. It's ridiculous. What was this? I don't even remember. I don't remember. Strawberries. Rice. Why is it that I can't select just this field? There we go. This should be hay. I've messed it all up. This is cotton. Where's our devil strand? We're ready, guys, for devil strand. This is cocoa trees. That's hops. This is cycoid plant. Okay, so when I see that it's nothing selected, I need to be aware that I might have more than one field selected. That was what my problem was. Okay, so we don't know the answer. We don't know the answer, but let's go ahead and make a field out. Oh, hello, is this anything? No. Let's go ahead and make a field for devil strand. Minor break risk. Somebody is unhappy. Make a field like that. And we'll grow devil strand here. Oh, Nope, we're not ready. We don't have the skill. We'll still make the field, and when we do have the skill, we'll plant it. That'll be exciting. Constellatio is pretty skilled with plants. Skill level 9. So close. We are so close. The answer, says Water, is 42. Clearly. Of course it is. So, yeah, let's turn off that overlay and continue to be feeling unclear about what is it that causes plants to grow. Which plants to grow? Let's see. If this is going to be corn now, then we should still have a field of potatoes. Do potatoes grow faster in better fertility? Let's see. If we click on this, will we find out? Potatoes grow well even in somewhat poor soil. But do they grow better? All right. Fertility requirement, 70%. Minimum soil fertility that this plant requires to grow. Fertility sensitivity, 40%. Low sensitivity means the plant will grow about the same speed in rich or poor soil. High sensitivity means the plant grows slow in poor soil but faster in rich soil. So potatoes are 40% sensitivity. Rice is going to be really high sensitivity. 100%. What does that mean exactly? I don't know. I mean, you would think having these numbers would make it more clear to me what my choices should be. But somehow it does not. I guess I just feel like having 3 rice fields is going to keep my colonists too busy. Because we also have cotton, hay, this potato field, which is being turned into a cornfield, which will keep them less busy, which is good, because it grows slower and produces more, so they have to put in less work per amount of nutrition that comes out of the ground. But then we also have all of this hops up here and the cycoid plant here. Let's see what the sensitivity is. Fertility sensitivity, 40%. All right. Fertility 100% in this soil. Fertility 140% in this soil. So that means this cycoid plant definitely does not need to be out here. But will it grow faster because it is out there? Not really. So that means I could plant those plants in a more convenient location. Theoretically. I don't know, you guys. I'm finding this to be a little bit overwhelming. Decisions. All right, I'm dangerously low on food. I only have 23 meals. Or bars. I don't know what bars means. Which means 3 days worth of food. Let's look at how we have things set up. I think we need more kibble, but this is not the time to work on it. Butchering should be for anyone skill level 7 or below. And cooking should be anyone skill level 8 or above. It seems like in both of our colonies, Irisanyo is the chef. Is that true? It is true. That's crazy. So right now, the only two people who are even allowed to do any cooking are Irisanyo and me. But I'm resetting the permissions here so that at such time as we have other people, anyone can do it. Oh, pemmican is different. I don't think pemmican's quite as dangerous, but on the other hand, it might be. So we'll keep that all at 8 out of 20. 8 to 20, I mean. It's technically 8 out of 20 is also correct. So everybody's asleep. Let's check on how our rooms and building are coming. This is a great time to have a look because everybody's in their beds. Alex has a bedroom with a reasonable amount of furniture. It's not luxurious, but it's there. Solune and Constellazio have a reasonable amount of furniture. Stug has no furniture other than a bedroll. That's very depressing. Also, no lamp, but that should get built soon. And this bedroom is literally not even finished. Let's finish building the wall and order some furniture in here. We need to cut some wood. If we chop trees in the animal pen, then we will grow more food for the animals, which is excellent because you can't grow grass in a place where the tree trunk is. There's no grass right there where the tree trunk is, exactly right there. But if you take the tree trunk away, then eventually some grass will grow. So that's the idea. I think I just said cut plants. No, I didn't. I said harvest, and there was a berry there. All right, I'm less confused now. That's what we needed. We also need some chairs. Muffalo wool chairs. That's cool. And we want a game board because that's fun. Put a game board here because they can sit sideways. Did you even know? And we have a game board here. But it might help them feel like they're in a slightly luxurious room. All right, I didn't do that quite quickly enough, and everybody's already up and at 'em. We have no bed in our prison cell / hospital because we took it and put it over here, I guess. That's strange because those aren't beds, those are bedrolls. Does that mean we need to build a new bed? I think it does. Do we have any beds in storage? This is a bed. That's a normal bed. Are we trying to upgrade to good beds? Is that what's going on here? Ooh, there's an excellent bed. That means we have some skill. Let's look at the art. Circloid with water. Nighty, hello. This furniture is engraved with a representation of orange, water, cod, stumbling forward with a psychotic look on her face as a last step. Hyenas symbolically surround her head. The subjects are in front of a hickory tree. The style is detail-oriented with impressionistic elements. This artwork relates to water going berserk on the 9th of September, 5500. Wow! We will always remember that moment when water went berserk. Solune has experienced an inspiration. He will shoot more accurately for the next 8 days. You guys, Nighty has been streaming. Nighty's been streaming a lot. Have you noticed? I was at Nighty's stream last night and it was so cozy. We had wonderful music. Wonderful, wonderful music. I enjoyed it. How did it feel? Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? That's my question. Because like sometimes when you're not used to doing a thing, it feels like a bit of a slog to push yourself to do it. Don't notice. Everything is normal. Everything, you're saying you don't notice and everything feels normal, or you're saying don't notice me. Everything is normal. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. All right. Everybody take a deep breath. Oh, I have an idea, you guys. Do you know about the hand tracing breathing exercise? Have you seen that before? It's very excellent for self-regulation. And I discovered last night that I can do it in my head without actually doing it physically. And that's really kind of cool. So like theoretically, if I were in a situation where I couldn't physically do the thing, I could still just do it in my head. Nighty says, I'm trying to get in a routine because I tend to be okay once I'm in one, if that makes sense. I don't like change. That makes so much sense. Okay, so Mole is building this here. And while Mole builds this furniture, I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually make this, make my, yeah, a little bit bigger here, just temporarily, so that I can show you this exercise. So you take your hand, you put your finger on your hand and you inhale and you exhale. And you inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you ask yourself how you're feeling. And if you're still feeling kind of anxious, you can go back the other way. I'm still feeling exactly as anxious as I was before, so I'm going to go back the other direction. And Mole's still making progress on that furniture. And you can go as slow or as fast as you want. I mean, theoretically, fast breathing and anxiety are linked, so maybe somewhat slowly would be good. And I'm feeling noticeably less anxious, not completely unanxious, but just less anxious. And part of my still feeling anxious might be that I still have a really big camera. Now, I'm noticing that I had moved my camera over here thinking, oh, that's the one spot where nothing's going on. But that's where we look at stuff. So I'm going to put it over here now. Is that about the right size? I think so. Probably pretty close. Which means that if this hang on, you can't see what I'm pointing at because I did it wrong. If this list gets any longer, which it will when we do more research and learn to make more things, then that list of what we have is going to go. Well, here, I'll just show you by spreading some of these things out. So now you guys can't see that whole amount. But on the other hand, does that really matter? Like, where am I going to put this? Because this side over here, oh wait, you can't see what I'm pointing at. This side over here does get full with some stuff sometimes. So I'm really just not quite sure what to do and where to put the thing. But we can just keep working on it. We'll just keep moving it until we find something that actually works. Subby would put his camera top right for RimWorld, so just slightly under where your chat is. And does he put chat on screen or not? Because we could take chat away entirely. He doesn't. It's interesting because I don't find that having chat on screen really does anything for me as a viewer. I don't feel that I need it, and yet here I am providing that. So let's try and see what happens. What else is in my Streamlabs overlays? I'm going to click away from this screen just momentarily to figure something out. That's not what I thought it was. Okay, one more time. Sorry for this. Just one moment. Okay, we figured that out. So we're going to close that and move this over there. I keep chat on screen for myself because of VODs. Yeah. Well, we could try this. We could try turning that on, but then moving it. Hello? Oh, heck. All right. In order to move chat down, I'm going to have to go away from the screen where you can see the game again momentarily. Nope, that was not enough. I think that was not enough. I need to go down 2 more lines. Okay, one more time. There we go. All right, it's all a bit of a mystery. And I have not yet started uploading things to YouTube. Is that something that you do, Nighty? Because I've been thinking about it for some purposes, and I just haven't done it yet. I would be interested in figuring that out. I had a stream recently that was a just chatting stream about a political topic that that's a very new venture for me. My living room is a mess, so having chat take up 1/3 of my screen is good so I can crop the camera. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, that's totally normal with Twitch. You see the part of the room that's been tidied up. And basically, you know, we move the mess into the places that aren't showing on camera. Like for me right now, since I'm getting ready for a trip, I'm doing laundry to get ready for the trip, and I have clothes hanging up to dry that are here, but you can't see them because they're not on screen. Oh my gosh, something smells so delicious and I don't know what it is. I think it's bacon. You guys, I think I'm smelling bacon. And I swear I'm about to like start drooling from the corners of my mouth. It smells so good. Crazy. All right, how did we do? We have a normal armchair and an excellent table and oh my gosh. This who is it, Stug or Mole, that's doing this? It's who's builder? Builder? Constructing. It's Mole. Mole is amazing at building beautiful things. It's wonderful. All right. So we need to build a new bed here, or I think what it was, I decided I wanted, hang on, Mole, I know you are on your way to go to sleep in your excellent bed, but I'm actually going to ask you to give that up and to install it there. and to instead temporarily sleep in this normal bed because we want the hospital and the prison to have the best bed possible. So that will delay you getting to bed very slightly. My apologies. That will mean you're sleeping in a normal bed rather than an artistic, excellent bed. But drooling has been banned. Okay. Noted. Nightbot has important VODs downloaded to my PC. I need to do that with that particular VOD because theoretically, I'm interested in the idea of having some guests on stream, podcast format to discuss said topic, and then uploading those VODs. So yeah. At least keeping them so that I have the option of doing so, but stretching is nice. Okay. Also hydrating is nice. All right. Stug, Constellatio, Solune, Alex, Todd, the Fox, and Banger, the Yorkie, have gone to bed. So has Irizano. And Mole is taking his bed to his room to set it up. And then we'll go to bed. All right, we have 1, 2, 3 more beds left. That's excellent. That is excellent. That means we can, let's see, which bedroll is worst? We can deconstruct this bedroll, and we can move the bedroll from the brewery into this bedroom. These 2 bedrooms are our newest, and they don't even have a lamp in them. How depressing is that? We're working on getting all of the furniture necessary set up in there. We are actually a little bit ahead of the curve, even though we're behind in that Stug is sleeping in this room that isn't finished yet. We're really close to being ahead of the curve with having a bedroom set up beyond the current needs of the colony. And again, I'm in this place where the amount of light is difficult for me. I'm going to turn this down, and that's ridiculous, but it is what I need. CJ, hi, how are you doing? I am having a day where light is difficult for me, so we're having a very low light stream. And I think it's contrasts that I'm struggling with. Like, if it were daytime in-game, I might be able to handle the level of light that I had on just a moment ago, but I can't at the moment. So instead of having like cycles where my head feels awful, we're going to just have lower light, I guess. I have to fix my shower curtain rod. What happened to your shower curtain rod? Tell us. This sounds like a potentially catastrophic situation. If the shower it fell down while I was in the bath. Yeah. Did it fall on you or outside of or next to you? That would have been terrifying. Have the shower curtain and the rod fall down while you're in the bath. Ay. I mean, it's scary enough if you're in the shower because you could like trip on it or slip in surprise or something like that. One end of the rod fell into the bath. Did it hit you? It made a big splash, made a big mess. This sounds very exciting and not in the good kind of way. Not in the good kind of way at all. All right, we have plenty of potatoes and plenty of kibble, but not a lot of actual meals. To the extent that Constellatio wants to eat some gazelle meat right now, how about let's not do that? Can we think of anything else that we could do instead? Let's harvest some berries. That would be excellent. I'm going to send Constellatio out to harvest some berries. I just did that wrong because I forgot to hit shift. And hopefully that will take up a little bit of time until Irizano gets up and can make some actual meals, because eating raw meat is not the way to health and happiness in this game or at all. It fell in around my feet. Whew! I am so glad, because that kind of does sound scary. Did the spring thing get broken? A random, that's a pretty crazy random happenstance there. Don't know. Okay. Well, hopefully it's not actually broken. It just was maybe like temporarily not quite tight enough for some reason and then fell down because of that. Hopefully it could just be tightened up rather than needing straight up has woken up and is ready to cook. And Stug, as much as I think it's cool that you go do that refueling of that lamp, I think it's better to clean the kitchen first. Because Irizanyo's about to start cooking, and even if she's a really skilled professional, she's going to have a better result if the kitchen is clean. Or less chance of a bad result if the kitchen is clean, if you know what I mean. So we have lots of potatoes, we have some beer, we have smoke leaf leaves and psychoid leaves. Those are not going to make us feel any less hungry. Kibble will not make us feel happy if we eat it. All right, the kitchen is clean. Irizanyo is cooking 4 simple meals, and Constellazio is on the way back to have beer for breakfast, which, you know, when you're in a situation where maybe the water's not safe, beer for breakfast is in that case a perfectly rational choice. Had we invented coffee, that would be another very rational choice, but we don't have that. Instead, we have beer for breakfast. Oh, the random stream restart. What? Did I get disconnected? Oh my gosh. So I have 401 dropped frames, but it was at 13%, which is really high. So that means I had a whole bunch of dropped frames all at once, and that percent number is dropping quickly, even though my dropped frames are not going up. So 2 seconds, that's 401 dropped frames, I guess. It didn't even tell me. It didn't even show me. Did it do this not like this thing? Did it do the not like this? Was it that bad? Yikes. I'm back to green again. ISP problems, huh? I always assume it's my ISP and not Twitch. There was no not like this. Okay, so it wasn't catastrophic. It was just offline for a second. All right. So Lune is working on researching and got nuzzled by Yorkshire Terrier number 1, which is the first puppy who was born here on this colony. Very sweet. That's the Yorkies' go-to. That's their main skill, is nuzzling. We have another puppy here. Oh no, that is puppy number 1. What? Oh no, Yorkshire Terrier number 1 is the first puppy that was born here, but not actually a puppy anymore. Juvenile, a teenage puppy. And this Yorkshire Terrier puppy number 1 is only 4 days old. How cute. How are we doing on training? We are doing amazing on training. Absolutely amazing. We're almost as trained as we can be, even with the itty bitty puppy. That's excellent. There's a limit to the number of things Yorkies can learn. And part of that has to do with their size. And I don't know whether that's just their body size or their body and their brain size. But the skills that Yorkies can't learn actually require having a larger frame, like to be bigger and strong to do. And that's hauling things and rescuing people and taking them to somewhere safe. So I was like, wait, did I miss Alena saying bye? Did I zone out? No, nope, nope. I did not say bye because I had no idea I was offline. Whoops. That's interesting, huh? All right, Mole is smoothing a wall. That does not seem to be the highest priority. To me, I would rather that we have maybe some... Oh, we need wood. Oh, that's why we haven't made these things. We don't have any wood. All right, who is in charge of plant cutting? It's Constellazio, and there's no way he's going to get around to it because he's so busy with other things. Skill 9, skill 6, skill level 3, 1, 2, and 0. All right. I'm going to temporarily say that I'm going to get on that and work on that prioritarily for a little bit. As soon as I've made a little bit of wart and put some of it in to brew, to ferment, then I'm going to go ahead and chop some trees down so that we can get to building this furniture. I think that making furniture out of trees makes the most sense for this colony. Yes, it takes some time, some work to get that done, but on the other hand, it is a renewable resource, so that's good. So here I am taking hops and making wart. Now I need to put that wart in this barrel. And why is it that has 5.9 days left, that has 3 days left? Why is it that one looks brown and one looks yellow? 5.9 days left, 3 days left. Maybe the yellow bar fills as it gets closer to ready. None of them are ready. Okay. Interesting. Don't fully understand yet. And oh, now that bar got closer to brown. I don't understand. So the size of the bar is how full the barrel is, and the color is how close to ready it is? No, I don't even know. A puppering? Oh, well, potentially we could have a puppering. What do we have? We have 3 dogs who have been born here. We have 2 dogs who came with us and a fox. The 2 dogs who came with us sleep here in Constellazio and Solune's room, and the fox sleeps here with me. And the puppies don't have their own spot yet. Let's make the puppies some beds. We can put one here. And we can put one here. We have 3 puppies. Put one there. Mole is back to smoothing the walls because I have not cut down very many trees yet. But I'm on it. I'm working on it. And Constellazio is harvesting the hay. And when we have hay and some other food ingredient, we can make kibble. I'm not sure if it's hay and meat that makes kibble. Let's find out. How do you make kibble? Kibble requires a meat ingredient and a plant ingredient, but hay can be one of those plant ingredients. So you know what would make sense to me, since we have tons of hay, is let's not use vegetables, but let's use hay, because we can't eat the hay, even if we cook it in a recipe. I don't think we can cook it in a recipe. That was a silly statement. Even if we could cook it into a recipe. I'm back. I was fixing the rod with my mom. Yes, we got it back up. Yay, congratulations. That is reassuring to know that the rod can go back up. And I'm holding some good thoughts that rod can stay up. Stay up. All right, Irisanyo's not having the best of days. And we don't actually need... We don't actually need this to be here this way right now. We will when we have somebody living there. But for now, we don't. So... Irisanyo's going to... Oh no! Irisanyo's going to eat without a table. That's not what I want. Let's do this. I'm going to ask you to go in here, which is going to mean that you'll eat that meal at that table. And that tells me that we need a picnic bench out here. If we had a picnic bench out here, that would kind of mean there were more places where we tend to go, where there'd be... All right, undraft Irisanyo. She's going to eat at the table, and we'll make a picnic bench here so that whoever's working in any of these fields can take a break and go eat a meal at a picnic bench, which will make them so much happier. Where should we put it? Let's put it there. Stools there. Hopefully that will work. All right, I'm still working on chopping trees. And Stug's making the lamps bright. Lovely. Mole is going to have a meal. Now, Mole, are you going to eat that there? Yeah, you are. We don't like it. You come in here and do the same thing that Irisanyo did. All right, I am not the fastest at chopping trees, my friends, but I'm getting better. Getting better. I'll show you. Here's my bio. Here's my plants. And I'm getting better. See, progress to next level. Gonna take me a long time before I get significantly better, but I'm making steady progress while chopping these trees, so that's good. Let's look at all of our traps. Those look fine. These look fine. Do we have any others? We don't have anything over here because it's really not likely that we'll get attacked over on this side. And we don't have anything down here, but we do have this barricade. So there is that. I think that's reasonable. All right, so we're gonna have a picnic bench here. We've got a picnic bench over here and over here, which seems crazy, but that has to do with this growing zone. And was there a growing zone down here? I don't see one. Why do we have a picnic bench there? No clue. No clue. It's a mystery. Why don't we have a picnic bench out here? Another mystery. Entirely unclear. Let's make one. And it's likely to be attacked. So building it out of wood is a good idea. We'll just, let's see, we'll just put it here. Let's put it right here. That's good. That's good. Tea is in progress. That sounds lovely. I actually finished my coffee before stream today. Irizano is the last one to bed. Puppy number 2 is sleeping in... Wait, where is Mole sleeping? Mole is sleeping there. Oh no, who has malaria? What? 3 tribes people have gotten sick from malaria. This is not good. This is not good. All right. Also, that reminds me that my stream title is wrong. And I kind of feel like it's... Why do I feel like it's too late to change my stream title? That's like not the right thing to do. I'm not really quite sure what the right thing to do is. But we do need to deal with the malaria here. This is not good, but if we get on it as quickly as possible, we're going to turn this bed. I don't know why Mole is here. Let's not do that. Let's put the sick people closer to each other so they can be cared for. This is going to be a medical bed. Constellazio and Alex. All right, this is going to be a medical bed. And if I make this a medical bed, then Solune is going to go try and find another bed somewhere. I think. Yeah. Poor Solune. Who is our doctor? The doctor is Constellazio. Oh, heck. All right. So, getting treatment quickly is very important. Constellazio's taking care of that for himself. Next is Alex. And Mole, if I draft you, will you go to the medical bed? You will. Excellent. So then, Constellazio, when you're done taking your medicine and giving Alex medicine, then Mole is next. Mole is heading for bed. And then we need to prioritize resting over everything else. Resting. Okay, so we bump up importance of resting for those people with malaria so that they will stay in bed. Because that will increase their chances of survival. Because malaria in this game and in real life, it may not appear to be a problem to those of us in first world countries, but it actually is a serious problem. Just because it's not a problem in first world countries doesn't mean it's not a serious problem. For those people who Constellazio is doing what? Oh, getting more medicine so he can treat Mole. I'm sorry that we had to go so far afield to do that. All right, and as soon as we get a bed in here, Solune can sleep there. And that's going to be a matter of moving the sleeping bag, I think, because our construction expert is resting. We have doctors, but right now they need doctors. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, so how am I going to remember that it's my Friday Esperanto stream that's in the rainforest? All right, Constellazio is going to eat a simple meal, but if he does that, he's going to eat without a table. So instead, I'm going to draft him and take him over here so he can eat that meal at that table. Good, good, good. Okay, so major priority resting and doctoring. Let's make sure that that Constellazio's priority of doctoring is up. Yes, priority 1. He's gonna. Oh. Is malaria considered a life-threatening condition? Because if so, it's possible that Constellazio will not give other people their medicine if he's still resting from the malaria. We can't, that's the thing. We can't rename the colony. It's not something that the game allows. If I could rename the colony, we would have not had this problem because I could make it make sense, but we can't rename the colony. So I have to find, I'll just remember that I've got that song called La Pluvial. And I need to remember when I think of the rainforest. It's a bit of a stretch, right? Because there's nothing about the colony other than loading into something that has those tropical plants that's going to tell me, oh yes, rainforest. It's not even called a rainforest in game. What is it called? I forget. Tropical. It's called tropical forest in game. Tricky one. Hopefully I'll get the hang of it eventually. All right, so is malaria considered an immediately life-threatening health condition? I don't know whether to set this number here to 2. I'm going to try setting it to 2 and see what happens. Because the risks of choosing to set it to 2 are smaller than the risks of leaving it on 1. Depending on, whether I'm right or wrong about my guesses, I think the risks of setting it to 2 are fewer. All right. Can we get the kitchen cleaned up a little bit? Hopefully, yes. Salune's having a beer. The puppies are, oh my. Hang on there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, this is recipe for a pupperning right here because luckily that didn't catch, but I think Banger's living up to his name a little bit too much, considering that these 3 female puppies here are Banger and Sonia's puppies. So I think we're going to need to do something about this. Oh no, wait, that's the wrong button. This button, here's the thing. Surgery is risky. And the chances of it going what's considered catastrophically wrong, I think are pretty high. Constellazio's skill level in doctoring is what? 4? Oh no. Okay, guys, here's what we need to expect. Chances of this going badly are very, very high. But the chances of it killing the dog are, I think, close to nil, if not actually nil. It would only kill the dog if Constellazio doesn't then fix what goes wrong. Chances of things going wrong, very, very, very high. Let's do this. We're going to make this a medical bed and get rid of that. So that... Okay, well, it's not going to happen right now after all because I just did that change there, but Banger has gone to bed. No, Constellazio is doing this. All right, so this is probably going to go very badly, but Constellazio does have the skill to make sure that Banger comes through this. surgery's not the easiest thing in the world. So surgery failed on Banger. It could have gone worse. Then failing is not the worst thing that happens. There's some unanticipated consequences of surgery having failed. You would think that just trying to fix a dog would not involve cuts to the eye and stab to the ear, cracks to the nose, a scratch on the heart. It's a little crazy, but Constellatio has the skill to make sure that everything gets bandaged up. Going to try again. The dog is sedated. Everything's going to be okay. I know he's bleeding a lot right now, but Constellatio's on it. This is unfortunately necessary. Look how quick Constellatio is. He bandaged all of those things very quickly. But for the sake of the 3 female puppies that Banger has started to take an interest in, we really need to make sure that... all right, we have a new quest. We're currently trying again. And hopefully it'll go better the second time. I'm not convinced that... Oh, it did. It went perfectly smoothly the second time. And Constellatio is now more skilled than he was before. All right, we have a new quest available. Supplies for Pyote. If you don't accept the quest within 8 days, it will expire. All right, we have 8 days to decide. And then we have some more time to deliver. Not sure what the amount of time to deliver is. It's very, very confusing. All right, Constellatio needs medicine. Are you doing it? He's doing it. Excellent. Constellatio's taking his medicine. Very good. Does that mean we need to have an eye here to see if the other folks will get their medicine in the same timely fashion? Because if so, that's excellent news and we don't really need to worry about this situation. So, can tend now. Stug is giving me my medicine. That's not the best situation, is it? I think what we need to do is temporarily turn off doctoring for everybody else. Because the tend quality for these types of conditions matters. And Constellatio has the highest skill. So he's the one that we want. We don't want anybody else because this is a parasite. And so we want the best skill possible. How is this going? Immunity 22.6%, malaria 16%. That's good news. What about Mole? Mole needs some help, yes? Can be tended in 1 hour. All right, we will see. That happens. Okay, so back to this quest here. They want 39 cowboy hats. That's a heckin' lot of cowboy hats. We're going to pause this while we think about this. Can we make 39 cowboy hats? We have a little bit of muffalo wool, a little bit of alpaca wool, and light leather and plain leather. What do we have more of, light leather or plain? We have a lot of light leather and a little bit of plain leather. Can we make cowboy hats out of light leather? We might not be able to make enough cowboy hats quickly enough, but we could try. And worst case scenario is we fail and then we have the cowboy hats that we did manage to make to be able to save those. So I say, yeah, let's go ahead and try. But the question is, what do we want for that? Do we want goodwill? Do we want a small uranium masterwork sculpture and a triple rocket launcher and a limestone large sculpture masterwork and 97 gold? I don't love it. I don't think any of those things are really super useful for us right now. Or do we want skill trainers in crafting, mining, and art, and 272 jade with which we could make some art? I think that sounds amazing. Goodwill is always good to get, but skill trainers? Heck yeah. The estimated travel time is 1.1 days. Let's do this. Let's accept this. No! That's not what I meant to do. But I can't unclick the button. All right. Now we have 19 days. We could have had 19 days plus 7.5 more days, but we don't because I'm dumb and I clicked the button when I didn't mean to. Where is the place where we make cowboy hats? Right here. Cowboy hats. We're going to make that the highest priority, and we're going to make them out of all the materials we have. That's light leather, plain leather. Good, we can make them out of light leather. That's good news. Good news. That's not the right interval, is it? Alpaca wool, muffalo wool, cloth, and devil strand. I mean, I'd kind of rather not use the devil strand for this. So unless we get real desperate, let's not use the devil strand because that's just way too expensive for a project of this type. Now, it'd be best if we could limit the radius but actually have people haul the stuff that needs hauling. I think that will happen. Then we need to prioritize, I think Salune is our best crafter. Is he? No. Salune and Mole. No, Stug is the best crafter. But Stug is the one who is our hauler. Okay. If Stug is not doing hauling, okay, I think temporarily I think temporarily we do that. I think that makes all the sense. Back with a salmon dinner. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Bonan appetiton. Okay. Well, so Luna is finishing up some research. And as soon as he does, he's not going to be prioritizing that research. Do we have another puppy? No, that's the 6-day-old puppy. All right, that's fine. There's a teeny tiny baby goat. We got itty bitty baby goat. Hello, baby goat. It's pink. It's such a baby goat that it's the same color as a pig. Not all pigs are that color, by the way, but that's fine. They're cute. All right, we also have a baby donkey. And another baby donkey. Let's make sure we don't have a donking, a donkening. Let's check on that. All right. Let's see. Oh, we have not. We have the recipe for a muffaloing, donkening, alpacaing, turkeying, goating, pigging, puppering here. What are we going to do? Well, let's start. Oh, we only have male alpacas. We only have male adult alpacas, and they are our fur creatures. So we can leave that there. That's fine. As long as we don't get any female alpacas, we won't have any problems. The donkey, one male donkey. The muffalo, let's say one. We have a smaller area here than in It's time to research an arc. I saw somebody doing there was a video on YouTube about somebody doing, no. It was a Twitch streamer. I think it was maybe even yesterday. They were making an arc in RimWorld somehow, and they were doing an ice sheet colony that was making an arc. And I thought, that's fascinating, but I couldn't tune in and watch. All right, pigs. We have currently no adult males, but we will eventually. And the terriers, I don't have my heart to set auto slaughter on terriers. We're just going to have to pay attention and sterilize as necessary and sell some puppies to other colonies as necessary. Because they will eventually eat us out of house and home. And speaking of which, we need to set a larger amount of kibble. Do until you have, yes, details. Let's make it 100. That seems good. We're only using the hay, not other vegetables. So that's reasonable. And Banger is recovering. Might be recovering for a little bit. Poor baby. It was a necessary situation, but unfortunate. All right, Constellatio is giving Mole his medicine. Everything is going fine. Banger is no longer incapable of walking. Wow. That's a tough puppy there, because his leg was kind of hurt. And that's one tough Yorkie. All right. Let's see. It's going to be a while till we can get back to building things. In the meantime, who is... Oh, we didn't finish this. All right. Do until you have... What are we called? What are we asked to make? Was it 29? Was that how many we needed? 39. Yikes, that's a lot. All right. Let's go ahead and make 41 because we might want one. There might be some that were poor quality. I don't know how it's going to go. Stug is bringing in some double strand from the field. It's deteriorating. That's not great. It would be lovely if our dogs were large enough to do things like hauling, but we don't have those kinds of dogs. We might be able to trade for those kinds of dogs. Chunks of a spacecraft have impacted nearby. You can deconstruct them to yield resources. Right there. Still some dust rising up from them. They're not in our way. We don't need to pay attention to them yet because we don't particularly need those resources yet. All right. What is our highest skill set in handling? That's me, 14. Is it enough to try and tame a mega sloth? I think not. I think not, because if something were to go wrong, there's a 30% chance that I could get attacked. And getting attacked by a mega sloth is going to make you have a bad day. All right, so it'll be a while till we get back to that research. What were we researching? The smithing. We theoretically will be able to finish that in short order as soon as we have made the hats, but nobody has even started making the hats yet, and I want to know why. Hats. Salune and Mole. Oh, Mole is off duty right now, so really it's Salune. What's Salune doing? Making smoke leaf. Ah, that's considered crafting? We have 2 crafting stations. What? Oh, that's a crafting station. And this is tailoring. I forgot that we're using a tailoring bench, even though I did the orders on the tailoring bench. All right, we can order tailoring separate from crafting. This is what we want. As a matter of fact, Salune crafting should be down at 3. And tailoring should be up at 1. That's the problem. All right, it'll be nice to have some smoke leaf joints around. We also have a little bit of chocolate around. That's something that we could sell, frankly. 49, 49. We could merge those things. And then disallow that so that we can trade it later. Seems good. Seems good. Let's look at our policy. I have just recently learned how to set policies. So what we want to do here is make a new policy. It's called Drug Policy 5. And it's going to look like this. We're going to schedule going to read about this. Okay, we're going to schedule 1.6 days. That's 2. I think this is also 2 days. Yes. 2, 1. If recreation is below, let's say 38. Come on. We can't get to 38? All right, fine. If recreation is below 39. If recreation is below 35. 36. We can't get there. There we go. 36. Recreation is below 34. Below 32. Come here. There you go. 38. Nope, we can't get there. Fine, 39. All right. So only if the mood isn't what could be considered ideal, then they'll go for. Did you guys hear the sneezing in the background? Just out of curiosity, I could look at my mic output just to see what's happening. But now I don't hear the sneezing anymore, so yeah, you can. I was talking at the same time, so I couldn't see. Bless. All right, that's my mom. Sometimes after she eats food, she sneezes for a while. It's a thing. It's happened to me before, but it happens to her more frequently. And it's not just any foods. I think it happens most often with things that have sugar, but sometimes it happens with things that don't have sugar. But yeah, that's the thing. So anyway, I've learned it's maybe a sensitivity of some kind. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one though, because sneezing, you know what I'm wondering if it might be like it's a known thing that when you eat food, your blood goes towards your stomach. Because that's where the most of the work is happening in your body. You're doing the digesting thing, and the blood goes to the stomach. Not all of it, obviously. You're still getting blood in your fingers and toes and in your brain, but just there's more blood in that area while you are digesting. And she says her legs and feet get cold. So maybe it's just gets cold starts sneezing? I don't know. Is feeling cold temperature wise a thing that triggers sneezing? Maybe no. Maybe my brain is trying to logic something that cannot necessarily be logicked in that particular way. So yes, I learned how to assign drug policies from YouTube for this game. So that's cool. We can make new policies anyway. So we're going to assign drug policy 5 to everybody. The 1 drink per day policy is whether they need it or not, they're going to have a beer. And I think that will run us out of beer a little more quickly than we need to. So anyway, the drugs that I chose for drug policy 5, let's have a look at it, are ones that have a safe use interval. The colonists won't get addicted if they have one of these teas every 2 days. Ambrosia, it's like 1.7, but we don't have that interval here. So for safety's margin, we're saying 2 days. Same thing with smoke leaf. It's every 2 days is a safe interval. Addiction will not happen with beer. 1 beer every day is a safe interval. They will not become addicted with 1 beer a day in this game. So there's that. Food restrictions are different for different people. How did that happen? What is food restriction 8? I'm curious. Food restriction 8 is don't eat the packaged survival meals. Interesting. I think that's a reasonable one. I think that's where we need to put everybody, because I'm not opposed to them gaining a mood boost by having nicer meals. We're not currently making any nicer meals other than fine. Nope, that's not true. We're not even making fine meals. That's because we don't have anything other than a campfire. Well, we could eventually do something about that when we get enough wood. Well, honestly, whether it's wood for a campfire or wood for a cook stove, let's do it. It'll take a while to build it. That's not the right tab. Production, that's where we want. A fueled stove. Where will we put it? Right here? Right here? Why do I like it like this? Make it make sense. Let's put it here. We cannot do it because the campfire's in the way. But that's where I want it. It's where I want it. Hola. All right. That means we're going to wait until Mole feels better. Unless there's someone else who can do this building for us. Who besides Mole is good at constructing? Irisanyo can do it. That's fine. All right, we're going to do this. Untoggle automatic refuel. When the fire goes out, we will deconstruct it and build ourselves a fueled wood stove. Matter of fact, it doesn't say a wood stove. It says a fueled stove, which probably means if we had boomalobes, we might be able to use boomalobes. Let's find out. I'm curious. Production, fueled stove. Information. Wood fueled stove. Okay. It's not a gas stove. It really should be called a wood stove rather than a fueled stove, because chem fuel could theoretically run a gas stove. Right? That's what I think anyway. Okay. Hello? Medical treatment needed. Constellazio is on it. He's taken his meds the second he is allowed to take his meds. Let's check in on the progress with the malaria. Not good. Not good. Not doing well. This is a little scary. This is a lot scary. As a matter of fact, I think what this means, we need to make some new choices here in terms of who's doing the doctoring. Constellatio, yes, that's fine, but also Irisagno and also Stug. Actually, what I want is for Constellatio to do his own doctoring, but nobody else's, because he's going to do the best job. I think if we turn patient up to 1, he will probably stop doing everything else. He might do his own doctoring. No, why are you doing this? I want you to go to bed and rest. You go to bed and rest. Let other people... Okay, so it looks like maybe we've made a cowboy hat because Irisagno has one on. Irisagno has a hyperweave cowboy hat on. That's not one we made ourselves because we don't grow hyperweave, nor have we bought any. All right, Irisagno, I know cooking meals is important. Stug is going to give... All right, Mole is not ready for medicine. Okay, Irisagno is going to cook, and then either Stug or Irisagno will give Mole medicine when the time comes. Stug is going to give Alex medicine. I'm really concerned about Constellatio, because what we want to see is that immunity percent number at the bottom of this info panel be higher than the malaria number. So what happens with a disease that progresses like this is that 40% up at the top, it's going to increase until it gets to 100. And if the immunity level got to 100 before that disease progression number gets to 100, then that disease progression number will gradually go back down to 0. If the immunity number doesn't get to 100 first, then the person dies. So what we want to see is that immunity number go up faster. And the ways to do that are stay in bed, take your medicine on time. Alex is doing fine, doing great, staying in bed. Mole is also doing great. Constellatio is the only one we need to worry about right now. And it's possible that we have enough time for Constellatio to do enough resting, but I think the only thing that was different is this number was at a 2 instead of a 1. It needs to be at a 1. So what might happen is that Constellatio doesn't go take his own medicine, but waits for someone to bring it to him, and the difference is only 1 point in skill. 3 is what Stug and Irisagno have, and 4 is what Constellatio has. So I think resting... I mean, we don't want Constellatio to be up and about doing a whole bunch of other different things, which is what was happening, because he was taking care of everybody else. And so I've learned something. That was definitely a mistake to move that patient number down from 1 to 2. But since Alex and Mole are already on the path to healing, it's no guarantee. We don't know for sure that they're going to be okay, but it looks like they might probably be okay. Irisagno's bringing Mole some medicine. It's looking good as long as they keep resting. Since they've been resting and they're doing well, relatively speaking, we have every reason to expect that if Constellatio does some resting... Alex, why are you out of bed? You're drinking a beer? As long as you go right back to bed afterwards? I mean, I get it. Your mood is not wonderful because you have malaria, but your mood would be a lot worse if you died. No, it wouldn't. That's not true. Your mood would not be worse if you died. Okay, everybody else's mood would be worse, except for Mole, who is not going to be affected one way or another. This game, you guys. Oh, this game. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, Stug, it has taken some beer out of a fermenting barrel with plenty of hops and not any wort at all. So some things are fermenting, but we are behind in the process, and that's because we've got 3 people who are supposed to be staying in bed. Instead of going back to the bed I had been sleeping in, I'm now... Oh, a manhunter pack. Pack of manhunting squirrels have entered the area. Can we get some squirrels in the chat? If any of you have LV squirrels or any squirrels at all, just plain old emoji squirrels would be cool. Pack of manhunting squirrels have entered the area. Driven insane by the disease known as scaria, they will roam the region hunting for humanoid flesh. They won't attack doors unless they see someone go through the door. It's amazing how good they are at seeing someone go through a door. Hide inside and you'll be safe. They also won't attack powered off turrets, so turn your turrets off to save them. The squirrels will leave the area in 1 or 2 days. You can hide and wait them out or fight them. Let's have a look. How many squirrels are we talking about? 5. That's not good. Once they close with you, oh no, it's 6. Once they close with you, they can do a lot of damage, and they're squirrely. They're hard to catch, you know. So we're going to tell everybody to stay inside. Well, Constellazio is supposed to stay in bed, so we don't really need to worry about them so much. Hide is stay there. That's fine. Let's do this. We'll say you, Solune, you stay there, and we'll make this Solune's bed. The problem is that the squirrels could get into this area here. They probably won't. So probably we're not going to have a problem, because if nobody uses this door, disallow that door, the squirrels will probably not be able to get into this area here, I think, because of the places we have our traps set and the fact that the squirrels are over here. Where are the squirrels exactly again? Shoot. I thought they were over here somewhere. Yes, okay. I think that the squirrels will probably try and come over here, and we'll run into these traps. Might come down this way and run into some of these traps. I'm not positive. But we've been pretty lucky so far. Yedizanya, where are you going? That's okay, probably. Squirrels might see you. Mole is up. Why are you up? You want to put on a hat. I don't think that's a good reason to be out of bed, but it's a poor quality hat, so I can't really say that hat is not going to be useful for trade. It has to be normal quality or better. So it's okay if he wears it. I'm just not thrilled about the fact that he got out of bed. Also, Alex is out of bed. What is Alex doing? Playing a game. I thought you were supposed to be resting. Did I not tell you to rest? Mole, Alex, Constellazio are on bed rest. I'm really confused. All right. However, 55 to 44, that's good. Mole, 57 to 48. That's good. And Constellazio, oh, he's making progress. Definitely going in the right direction. Still behind on gaining immunity, but improving. Now, where are those squirrels? Let's not forget about the squirrels. Here's a squirrel. No, that's a fine squirrel. This is not a man-hunting squirrel. Where are the man-hunting squirrels? How fast do they travel? Stug is up here. That's not a good place to be at all. Where are those squirrels? I don't see them. Did they go down here? Does anybody see the squirrel? Oh, this is not great. Yeah, that's the perfect emoji, constellatio emote, because they're appearing, disappearing squirrels. Wildlife. Here we go. This is how we find them. There's only 2. Aha. 2 have gotten in. How they got in, I guess they went around and came in this way. That's interesting. But some of them tried to come in this way, and some of them tried to come in this way. So there's only 2, and I'm going to have to fight them. Unfortunately. Alex, go there. Oh no, Alex, where? You're supposed to be in bed. You're supposed to be in bed. Irizanyo, can you fight them? Yes, indeed. You can come here. Stug. You can come here. Who else is out and about? Mole is in bed like he should be. Solune is where? Solune is working on hats. That seems good. But on the other hand, Solune is the one that's shooting really well right now. So I'm going to interrupt the hat making process to ask him to come here. All right, squirrels are where? Oh, squirrels are up here? Well, that's one squirrel. Where's the other one? Oh my goodness. I don't get it. Oh, there it is. All right. It's closing one at a time. All right, one is down. We're down to our last maddened manhunter squirrel, and it's wandering about over there in the corner, so we might approach. All right, undraft y'all. So let's see. What's Solune doing? Making a hat. We like to see it. And Irizanyo is feeding Mole. That's good. Constellatio, are you hungry? Not too hungry yet. All right. And how's that health coming along? We're still making progress. Okay. Okay, things are okay. Yes, all right. We have a couple of squirrels on the map who are just normal squirrely, not oh, more than 2. We have a large number of squirrels here. 7 squirrels, none of which are trying to make us unalive at the moment. So that's good. Whew. Okay. If we can get through this malaria, that will be a very big win, I think. A good win for today. My feet are cold. Let's do something about that. Need a little blanket. Just a tiny one. There it is. Cozy. Cozy indeed. Alrighty. Alright. right, Salune's making good progress on the hats. Let's look here. We've got a normal hat finally. We're going to disallow it so that people don't put on these normal quality hats, because normal quality and better can be used to trade for those skill trainers that we are so excited about getting. And that will be a good thing. Okay, Banger is still getting better, getting so much better. Can walk about, is choosing to rest and heal up, which is wise. We've got also Salune needs to be unrestricted, and this bed can go back to being a medical bed. Oh wait, no, Salune was sleeping there. I mean, what I would love, yeah, it doesn't work that way. Okay, fine. We'll let Salune sleep there temporarily. We're just everything is a little bit different while we're dealing with this malaria situation. What would be best though is if Mole were here. Let's do that. I don't know why Mole is not in bed right now, but we'll make this Salune's bed temporarily. Mole, where are you and what are you doing, and why is it so much more important? Viewing art. Supposed to be resting. Supposed to be getting better. I mean, it's okay. You're okay. You can go view the art. We might as well keep spirits up. It's fine. It's fine, but I'm not going to ask you to clean that room while you're there, which otherwise I would do. But we're definitely not doing that right now. Okay, it was very handy that Salune was temporarily shooting more accurately. That's a good thing. Squirrels come in different colors. There's a red squirrel and a brown squirrel. I never knew that. That's a poor quality cowboy hat. We are not allowed to trade that. So I'm not forbidding that. Anybody who wants to wear a cowboy hat that's poor quality is free to do so. Absolutely free to do so. Let's see. How's this coming along? Oh boy, immunity 70%. So basically when their immunity gets to 100, I'm not going to make them do bed rest anymore. There's an aurora. A beautiful aurora is lighting up the sky. The undulating colors will boost the mood of anyone outside to see them and make the night brighter. Lovely. Okay. Irisanyo's taking care of giving Constellazio his medicine, and that's fine. We got a long way to go. Got a long way to go. I'm still a little concerned. We've got some time to make up the difference. I think we can make it, but I'm just not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. Constellazio wants a hat? Is that what that emote meant? Yeah, I'm a little worried. I'm not going to get you out of bed to have you put on a hat right now. I think it's not our highest priority. We've got 60 point. Okay, the immunity is increasing pretty quickly. We just don't know how quickly the malaria is increasing, because it's not showing the decimal. So we just don't know what the rate of recovery is to the rate of illness progressing. I think that the rate of health recovery is very slightly more than the rate of illness progressing. Hang on. Oh, I am sure now that it is very slightly, like maybe 0.2. faster. Okay, I'm much less worried now. I think we are recovering at a rate of two tenths more than the illness, faster than the illness is progressing. I don't know if that makes any sense to say 2/10 in that context, but I feel like we're going to make it, especially given that the rate of that the illness hasn't progressed very, very, very far yet. You know, I think we're going to make it. We need to stay in bed. Stay in bed, keep resting. Not go put on hats. It is not a good time for dress up. Everybody's resting. As a matter of fact, let's just the aurora has ended, and we're gonna move time along until morning. Some folks tend to get up crazy early. We have now had everybody who is sick or injured move into the main complex here, which is a good idea. So Lune's an early riser, and gonna get right back on that making cowboy hat bandwagon. We'll see what kind of quality he comes up with. It's been it's been about half poor quality and I think it's been about half and half, poor quality and normal quality, but it's only going to get better. Cargo pods. Ooh, that sounds interesting. You have detected a cluster of cargo pods. Why was that so difficult? Crashing nearby. A cluster of cargo pods crashing. Perhaps you'll find something useful in the wreckage. Let's find out. Bam! Luckily, they're not terribly loud. It's smoke leaf joints. All right. We can say thank you to however that was that happened. Lovely. It would normally be Stug that would go and get that. I'm not 100% sure whether it will in fact be Stug that goes and gets that. Irizanyo's going to have some breakfast at the little table in her room. How convenient is that? And let's see. Stug is sleeping in. Constellazio's up. Hauling chocolate around. Why? Where? Hauling chocolate from where to there and putting on a hat. Putting on a cowboy hat and going to get... I mean, the getting a meal part is fine, and everything else was just on the way, so I'm not going to be mad at it. Yorkshire Terrier number 1 is eating a meal. Will you not eat a kibble instead? There's a way for me to do this. There's a way for me to tell the dogs not to eat the food. And it's complicated and I don't like it. All right. How does it go? It's very complicated. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's complicated. All right. What is in this stockpile zone right now? I need to be able to see how many meals. 6 meals. This has 4 meals. All right. Stockpile zone 9. We're going to change what's in stockpile zone 9. To be chocolate, not hay, pemmican, meals, and all drugs. Let's hope that all fits. Probably won't because we have so much beer. Let's do this. We'll shrink this zone. And we'll increase the size of this zone. then we're going to tell the dogs they're not allowed to go in there. Because I don't know about the Yorkies, but I've seen Huskies drink too much beer and get addicted to ambrosia. I don't know whether the Yorkies go in for that sort of thing. Medical treatment needed. All right. Constellatio is tending to Constellatio. I'm sorry you have to go so far to do it. Is there any quicker way to do that? Yes? No. Yes? No. That's the closest medicine there is. All right. So the question is it better for Constellatio to stay in bed and let someone with a lesser point, one less point of medical skill, tend him, or to go halfway across the map to get the meds? How about this? Constellatio, you go back to bed, and Stug, will you pick up this medicine? All of it. And then, yeah, okay, you're going to tend to Constellatio, but when you get there, I'm going to stop you and make you drop that medicine and let Constellatio do it himself. There we go. Best of both worlds. It'll be just as fast, but it'll be a little bit more skilled. We're going to do everything that we can. I don't think the puppies can smoke the smoke leaf, you know. Theoretically, they could eat it. I haven't seen it happen, so I'm not doing anything about that. All right, so Stug, if I draft you, is that what? No, we didn't really mean to do that. All we meant to do is say, drop that, please. I can, no. No, that's not what I meant. I'm going to draft you so that you don't do the thing. And then we'll let Constellatio pick up that medicine. And see if he decides to tend himself. Yes, he does. All right, therefore, Stug, I can undraft you. Tending to Alex. All right. Instead of going very far away to do that, why don't you clean up in here a little bit, and when Constellatio is done, he can drop those other two medicines so that Stug can tend to Alex. Hang tight, Stug. We don't have to go all the way across the room, across the map to do this. All right, undraft. Now we can use that. And what? Where are you? Oh, Constellatio's tending to Alex. Oh, yikes. Oh my goodness. And now Stug is... No. Let's not do that. This is where it's getting complicated. All right, this herbal medicine, disallow it for now. Stug undraft. All right, now that medicine is there, and we will allow that so that Mole can be tended when he needs to be. Okay, Constellatio is out of bed again. I thought Alex just got tended to. What's going on? Tending expires in 1 hour. I'm so confused. All right. $77.1, malaria 80%. I'm feeling concerned. All right, immunity is increasing. Even though Constellatio is not in bed, it's increasing rapidly. Constellatio is going back to bed. Constellatio, stay in bed. Okay, the last time we were checking on Constellatio, there was an approximately 4 percentage points difference, and now there's only 3. can we get there before 81% gets to 100%? Do we have any better quality medicine? We do! All right. The next time Constellatio gets medicine, it's going to be high quality medicine. Here's how we do that. How is it? Manage. Here. This. Industrial tech medicine. Y is stuck up there. Herbal medicine is usually fine. But in some cases, we want to pull out the good stuff. And this is one of those cases. All right. This, we're going to say, yeah. We're going to make that be a place for that good medicine. We're going to make it a critical storage place. So hopefully this will get moved to here before Constellatio needs medicine next. In fact, Solune might be able to do it. Yep, gonna ask you to do that as soon as you're done with that hat. How are these hats coming along? Poor quality, poor quality, poor quality, poor quality. This is not boding well. We're using up a lot of materials and not getting a lot of normal quality hats yet. But hey, that's the least of our worries right now. We don't care all that much about the hats compared to Constellatio, the nine-toed, who is fighting the good fight. Man, I wish I had given him that better medicine earlier on. I did not even realize we had any, because usually a Neolithic tech colony doesn't, but we must have traded for some at some point. And I didn't think to look. Irisanyo is organizing the storeroom to put meals and beer and drugs out of the reach of the puppies. Now, the other thing is, I haven't actually set it so the puppies don't go in that section. So that's the next thing I need to do. A minor break risk, Irisanyo. But you're going to eat, and that's going to help you feel better. We are dangerously low on food. I know it. I see what we have to do. It's time to make our brand new, amazing wood stove for cooking. It's a cook stove. Yay. All right. Fueled stove. It's going right here for reasons. We're stealing this chair temporarily. Good. All right. Then we put a lamp in the corner so that work at that area is more efficient. And we're going to put some special storage zones. This stockpile zone is going to have only meat. Wait, clear all. Hello, why are we in caps lock? That stockpile zone will have meat. It will be prioritized as important. This stockpile zone will have vegetables. Important. Vegetarian ingredients. All vegetarian ingredients. Wow, that's not very many different kinds of ingredients. Agave fruit, berries, corn, potatoes, raw fungus, and rice. Out of which berries, corn, potatoes, and rice are the only things we can theoretically have. That's weird that it's such a short list. Then we do one more zone. See if we can't make a separate zone in the middle. Yes, we've succeeded. And that zone, we're going to say clear all, which means it's going to have nothing in it. But theoretically, that means it's going to be allowed for the person who's making food to... Constellatio, why are you not in bed? Oh my gosh, get in bed. Oh. Oh. Really don't care that you want to play a game right now. Stay in bed. 85.5% immunity, 88% malaria, 85.6% immunity. I mean, it's going up quick, but yikes. 88% is, we're running out of time here. All right, what can we do to help? Stug is refueling the torch lamp. How about cleaning as well? Cleaning would be good. It's 17 degrees inside. That's like perfect temperature. That couldn't be any better. There's a steel urn here. Do we have anything pretty that we could install that's going to improve mood at all? Let's move this sculpture. I'm going to put the sculpture in here. That's nice. Let's see. Let's have Irizanyo move the sculpture and then make the stove and move the chair and make a lamp. Seems good. All of these are poor. That's too bad. All right. Scary times. Okay. 88.1. We are down. Okay. We are down to 2 percentage points difference between the malaria and the immunity. Well, it's more like 2.5 actually. And malaria's at 91%. It's not looking good, friends. It's not looking good. Medical emergency, Constellatio, yes. So the malaria has reached the extreme levels, can be tended in 3 hours. So in 3 hours, we have this excellent medicine right here. In 3 hours, it might be too late. I don't know. We're at 91%. I'm watching that immunity number climb. 89.5 to 92. I just feel like I can't even look away right now. Hirisanyo is bringing a sculpture so that Constellatio will feel less tempted to get out of bed and play a board game because the room will be slightly less boring and awful. Okay, can be tended in 1 hour. 1 game hour goes pretty darn quickly. And as soon as it can be tended, we're going to have him get up and tend himself because it'll be quicker than anybody else coming in, and he's more skilled than anybody else. This is not probably the most exciting stream moment for anyone other than me and Constellatio, but I'm watching these numbers. .2, 92.3. Okay, can tend now. That means Constellatio cannot walk. Okay, so somebody else does need to come and tend to him. Who is the closest? Stug. Quickly, please, Stug. Stug is our jogger. So Stug will get there very fast. His Constellatio's tending has not expired. It's just that we want to get that great medicine into him as quickly as possible. Quality was at 37%, but we're using better quality medicine. Now we're at 74%. Yes, this could make all the difference. This could do it. Yes. The immunity number is climbing so much faster now that we are tend quality 74% instead of in the 30s. Oh. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so touch and go. I've literally never sat here and looked at these numbers. $95.5. $96. We're within 1 percentage point. Ay, 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 ay. We're going to make it, guys. 96.5. I think we might pull ahead. $97. Now, the malaria progression just had turned to 98%, which means that within these next 2 percentage points of the malaria, the immunity will catch up. I think. This could not possibly be more touch and go. Does anybody know how to make a highlight? Because the day Constellatio had the brush with death, with malaria, whether he makes it or not, this is going to be the closest call ever. And we know now that if we hadn't made that switch from herbal medicine to industrial tech medicine, there would have been no chance. We're at 99%. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Basically 99% the next time that number moves, it's going to be over. But the immunity is also now at 99%, so the question is, will the immunity get to 100% before the malaria does? 0.3? 0.4? 0.5? Oh my gosh. 0.6? 0.7? 0.8? 0.9? Oh no! Oh! You guys, we got a reprieve. The malaria went to 100% before the immunity went to 100%, but I think maybe it needed to go past 100% in order to kill him. So the malaria did get to 100%, but immediately afterwards, the immunity went to 100%. Now Constellatio will not be able to die from malaria, but is going to be recovering from malaria for a long period of time. We're going to keep using the good quality medicine so that that amount of time is as low as possible. We should have used this breathing technique as we were waiting, because that was extremely anxiety inducing. Deep breath. He's gonna make it. Wow, never has there been a closer call. So relieved. So relieved. Yes, indeed. All right. We're gonna make it. That was scary. All right, and how is everybody else doing who is sick? Constellatio is no longer incapable of walking, is sitting at the table and eating a meal. Irisanyo has fed Banger, who is almost recovered. It's the body stab wound and the rear left leg stab wound that are still getting better. Constellatio, you could maybe rest instead of going out in the fields. I've got you on bed rest still, but you're not doing it. Too bored to stay in bed. I mean, it's not dangerous to get up anymore. So I guess I can't be mad at that. Why is there a plan right here? I don't know, but we're going to remove that plan. Okay. Whew. All right. I think, let's see, Alex is okay. Developed immunity. Excellent. Malaria's down to 23%. And who else was ill? Mole. Developed immunity. Malaria's down to 24%. Okay. Well, I thought that we could convince these folks to stay in bed longer to get well faster, but it appears that they are really not interested in doing that because that's boring. They would much rather be working than resting, which means effectively we have overcome that particular challenge, which was what we were trying to accomplish by the end of today's stream. I think I'm going to call it there, and we will save to the menu, and then I'll have a look and see at who, oh, that's the wrong button. This menu will come back, I swear. I'm going to have a look to see who is streaming right now. Why does it take so long to get to the menu? I do not know. There it is. All right. And also I'm realizing that we played that entire stream without music again. Let's have some music now. Some little outro music. Might as well. Is anybody streaming RimWorld today? Sometimes there is. We might find someone streaming RimWorld. Schnapp just started. That could be fun. Also, there's an Esperanto speaker who's streaming. He mostly streams in Spanish, but he also speaks English. I think VIL is Valencian. I did not know that was a... Well, I suppose, is it a dialect or is it a language? Or did not know where that was categorized. And Esperanto. Let's see. Makers and crafters. I think maybe it's been a long time since I rated Schnaff. Let's do that. We will kick that off. And this is my last RimWorld stream for a little while, unless I manage to bring my laptop on my trip. But I'm kind of leaning towards maybe not, and doing some IRL streams for music purposes, music streams over IRL, and also some gaming streams on my tablet, and do some wildflowers. It's not out of the question that I might take my laptop, but it's just I'm kind of leaning towards trying to simplify things a little bit and make it easier on myself during this trip. I'm having a little bit of anxiety coming up towards that trip. So it will be enjoyable, I'm sure, to see family members. One is going into hospice, and that's my uncle, and I'll get to see my cousin and her kids as well. So we'll see how it all goes, and I will also be able to get in a guest appearance on Claire's stream, and we'll see how that works out. So I'm gonna go to my ending screen so you guys can see the lovely credit roll, and I will see you again ASAP. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to stream on Friday night, but I will be in a plane during normal stream time on Friday. So we'll see how it goes. We might have to skip on Friday.